The newly chartered Open University of Kenya is meant to be a game changer in the provision of higher education, in the sense that it's one of its kind, the first virtual university in Kenya. But how is this going to work? And what's so unique about this university? Join me as I speak to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Elijah Omwenga, who is based right here at Konza Technopolis, where we have the administrative offices. Thank you so much, Professor Omwenga, for your time. We really appreciate it. And let's just get started. Open University of Kenya, many have heard about it, but not so many know about the journey.
Thank you so much, Elijah, for having me in this program. In 2004, there was a committee that was set up under the leadership of Professor Maritim and Professor Karega Mutai, when he was the Principal Secretary or PS then, to look at ways of setting up open and distance learning in the country within the framework of an open university. I served as a secretary during that period, and unfortunately the momentum didn't progress on well as anticipated until around 10 years ago, when the then Minister for Education, our President, Dr. William Ruto, was the Minister for Education then, and he initiated the process of operationalization of the Open University of Kenya. The various documents were done, drafts, but unfortunately that didn't see the light of day. Until now, recently, at the beginning of this year, in January 9th, when the Presidential Working Party was given as one of its terms of reference to operationalize the Open University of Kenya. So on the 9th of January, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Ezekiel Machogu, set up a technical working committee as part of the larger Presidential Working Party. And in that technical working committee, Professor Maritim was chosen as the chair, and it was just by coincidence, and I was asked to serve as the secretary, also another coincidence. We worked very closely with the Commission for University Education to ensure that we complied with all the requirements for setting up a university. The process of chartering a university is not easy. It's meticulous. It must comply with all the provisions of the law, and I'm glad to say that the Open University complied fully with all the provisions of the law, and that is why we were chartered on the 3rd of August by His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, right here in Konza.
Why Open University of Kenya? What's so unique about the university, and how is it different from any other university out there?
The Open University of Kenya is by design supposed to be a technology-driven university. It is a virtual university in the sense that we shall conduct our programs online. We have developed state-of-the-art programs, content that we shall use to deliver. And this content has been done by experts from around the world using state-of-the-art methods on how to develop interactive self-learning materials. The university has acquired an ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning System, on which platform our LMS, that's Learning Management System, sits. The Learning Management System is the one that is hosting the programs or the content, as it were. And on the other extreme ends of the ERP, we have other services, such as procurement services, human resource services, financial, and other, of course, applications required to make sure you have an operational university.
Someone may want to know in terms of the quality of education, because we've had debates, conversations about half-baked graduates and all that. So how is Open University of Kenya ensuring that we have quality education at the end of the day?
Thank you very much. It's a good question, and most of our students will certainly ask that question, that if you're using technology, there is no physical presence of the lecturers, they're all virtual. How do you guarantee that you'll meet the objectives of the various programs? We are focusing on getting good technology that works for us And the people who are going to teach, our lecturers, our various support staff, will be adequately trained to use the technology. Second, we have a provider who has been in this space for long and is offering a technology that is fit for purpose. Because our LMS system, which is Moodle in this case, customized efficiently and effectively for purpose of this particular university, is one that is using the latest technologies for purposes of ensuring that we are a university that absorbs highest levels of technology. During the teaching process, we have put in place mechanisms for checking the progression of students at every stage. We have assignments that we shall give students, and these assignments shall be graded, because we are not just going to look at the final grade, at the final summative evaluation, but we are going to continuously assess the students' progress through interactions on the various platforms, discussion forums, and of course assignments and activities that we are going to give students. We shall engage case studies as a best practice of offering education, because with case studies we are pushing the knowledge creation to the learner, the so-called flipped classroom approach. So we are focusing more on the skills that we are offering, the competencies that we are giving, than just meeting the syllabus, as it were, that we have just covered it. We want to know at the end of this particular session, or at the end of the program, has the student mastered the content as designed? And we shall use not only the summative, but of course the self-assessment tests that we are going to put in place. We are not just focusing on the exam, but what the student has done throughout the process of doing the program. So we are focusing not only on the summative evaluation, but the process, the various things that the student must do in order to acquire those skills.
The Open University of Kenya is banking on technology because it's a virtual university. How prepared are we?
The university exists not only in the cloud or virtually, but we have the seat of the university here at Konza. At Konza is where we have offices, administrative offices, and a few academic offices to make sure that we all work together to ensure the technology works. Here at Konza, we have our servers, our systems, which are based at the Konza Technopolis infrastructure, a very Tier 1, a very high-end infrastructure that provides 24/7 services, and therefore we don't expect the university to go down at any one moment because of the redundancies of power, internet, and other connectivities required. So the university has been set up and is running. We are at the moment admitting students, and we are doing this online because the university will exist from anywhere on the globe, from your mobile phone, from your laptop, from any device that you can connect into this university. You'll be able to access our programs.
I'm looking at your programs and I'm wondering what informed the selection of those particular programs, and is this what the market or what the industry needs?
Here in Kenya, the Open University has 7 flagship programs that we have begun with: data science, cybersecurity, digital forensics, entrepreneurship and business, Bachelor of Education Technology, economics and statistics, and postgraduate diploma, 2 of them. Let me mention that these programs were chosen because of the needs of the country. And we used data from KUPS, that the Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Services, where we noted that there are applicants for these programs, but no sufficient absorption rates in some of our universities, like data science and of course cybersecurity. There's a lot of interest in these programs, and we used that information, which is available for us, to set out these programs. So we are beginning from some of these programs, but in coming days we are developing more programs. The Open University will have to stand on its own. It's right now dependent on government capitation, But going forward in the next few years, we believe we should be able to break even and collect sufficient fees to help us manage our operations.
How affordable are the programs that are being offered at the Open University of Kenya?
Thank you, Elijah, for that very important question. The fees that we are charging is approximately 1/3 on average of the conventional fees that other universities, public universities, are charging in Kenya. I'll take the example of data science. Data science is about 400,000 Kenya shillings or thereabout, and we are charging 105,000 Kenya shillings per year. The reason why the fees is approximately 1/3 or much less, there are many reasons. One, we don't have the physical facilities of lecture rooms. Our lecture rooms are virtual. Students will take their classes or their courses from virtual lecture rooms, and the cost of developing a virtual lecture room is much less going forward in terms of sustaining that. Therefore, the reason for the less amount of fees is because economies of scale, right? One lecturer or one individual can reach many students in a very cost-effective manner.
I'm interested in knowing so far how many students have enrolled, what are the timelines, and when is the expected date of commencement of learning?
The university was chartered on the 3rd of August, and the president gave us a directive that by September we should be able to have students on board, and I'm glad to report that we have actually surpassed the target that we were given by the designers of the Open University, because we were, it was expected that the first year we'll have about 750 students admitted. But right now we have about 1,700 students. We have sent out letters to about 1,000 students, and the other 700 are awaiting the letters because of the process of ensuring that the admission criteria is adhered to. So in a nutshell, we have 2 platforms where we are accepting applications. There is the KUPS, Kenya University Central Colleges Placement Services website, where students can go in there and apply using the KCSE certificate. KUPS has got its website up and running, and it's not closing for our students. So go in there and apply. All you need is your KCSE certificate. Okay, KCSE certificate, which you should have scored a C+ for you to apply through the KUPS platform. For you to apply using the KUPS website, it is ouk.kuccps.net. And all students who sat their KCSE since 1989 are eligible to apply. So that is the beauty of the Open University. These students are eligible for government scholarship and loan like any other student. The second platform is on our ERP, and our ERP has the website admissions.ouk.ac.ke. Why the difference? The difference is that for those students who want to be considered for admission using KCSE grades, then you apply on the KUPS platform. But all the other 6 criteria which I mentioned earlier, including if you have a diploma in area of relevance, if you have a Kenya Advanced Certificate of Education certificate, or if you have prior learning of a course lasting about 3 months relevant to the field of study, or if you have work experience of about 2 years relevant to the field of study, or you have some training lasting about 2 years relevant to the field of study, or you have a degree from any other university that is recognized by the Commission for University Education, then you can apply and come for any of these programs at the Open University. That's the beauty of it. 30th of November, the students we are admitting now will commence their studies. And thereafter, we shall have another cohort coming in. Remember, I talked about a revolving door, a flexible approach. So the admission is ongoing, and the commencement of the various cohorts of learning is continuous after every 3 months. So November 30th, we have the first cohort. 3 months later, we have another cohort, and continuously like that.